up, everyone? I'm Paolo,
I'm Akshay.
and we just wanted to welcome everyone to this new channel we have going. It's called Therapist Threads. Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about the name, how we came up with the name?
Good point.
Because that'll weave, let me see what I did there, into our kind of the reason why we even started this channel. So, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, we'll kind of add on to each other, but well, we got the name Therapist Threads because a thread is kind of this interwoven, connected fabric, that like a piece of a fabric, and we're hoping that this video is a way to connect all the helping professions together into like this united community almost.
Yeah, because like this channel, we wanted to dedicate this to therapists. I mean, not just therapists in like the mental health sense, but generally anyone that works with people in kind of a therapeutic setting, hence Therapist Threads. But we wanted to just build a community because one thing we noticed is there were a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of really good ones too, but a lot of them were about mental health in terms of education, or in terms of this is something for clients or this is something to expect for. So we wanted this to kind of be for those providing the therapy. So for us, I mean, when we first came in, we were thinking oh, what do we do? Like, what do you bring to a first session and all these things? And we thought well, there are no resources for that, so why don't we try to figure out something like that? So, yeah. So.
And even like in an academic or clinical sense, learning from each other about each other's work. I may not know what the work looks like in other professions that are also similar to like therapy or even in a helping sense. So it'll be good to learn from each other, to learn what we all do. Also, even among like graduate students and even people who've been practicing for so many years, everyone is at a different stage of learning. That'd be great to connect each other to each other, I guess, if that makes sense.
And like Akshay and I, have been classmates for like 3 years now. We've been in a lot of the same training settings and conferences and stuff like that. And actually speaking for myself, like I learned a lot from watching you, like what you do, and like what your ideas and things like that. So if we can learn that much just from each other, like we thought, well, how much can we learn from everyone, like the people, because we want to bring in a lot of our friends, a lot of the people that we know, like in our community, and other folks we know in the field. We want to bring those folks in, but we also invite y'all to get involved as well in the comments section down here, stuff like that. So, but before we do that, I mean, how rude of us, we should introduce ourselves.
You don't know anything about us.
You know what I mean? So, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll start out. So just to include both of us, we're both grad students.
Yeah.
So again, this is kind of like the phrase, we're not experts at all.
Definitely.
We're all learning. I am definitely, I can't speak for you, but I'm definitely in the process of learning a lot in terms of everything. I don't know anything.
Yeah. And even some of the best professors we know, like who have been at the game for a while, like they say that too. Like we're always learning. Yeah. But who are you, man?
Who am I? I don't know yet. But in terms of what I do know, I'm Akshay. I was born in India. Immigrated to the United States, to California, and have been raised in the Bay Area for most of my life. Lived in a city called Fremont, if you know where that is. Shout out to you. And then went into grad school. A lot of my interests, I've been really involved in the musical community. I play the Indian flute, which is somewhere
over there.
Yeah.
He's really good too.
And other instruments, I jam out piano, rap. Paolo raps too.
He teaches me.
But yeah, a lot of musical interests, and also I love basketball.
That's what's up, man. My name is Paolo. Born and raised in the Bay Area, Filipino. That's a big important thing to me, for me. I also spent a lot of time, about 7 years in New York City. So shout out to New York City, specifically Queens. Spent a lot of time in Queens. So shout out to Queens, New York for a second. Similar interests too, sports, music, what else? No, the other thing too, and I wanted to mention this as well, when Akshay and I when the first day we walked into school, and then also like just whenever we walk into a lot of communities, like psychology communities, mental health communities, and stuff like that, it's rare Not to say it's not doesn't happen, but it's rare that we see like other folks that look like us.
Yeah.
You know, like Filipino men, Indian men in the field. So you know, not saying that this channel is not for everyone, because it is for everyone, but we also wanted to represent, like, you know, like we are representing for, you know, clinicians of color and just like clinicians, Filipino clinicians, Indian clinicians. So just wanted to add that in there for sure. So yeah, so what to expect? We're gonna have another video that has like some other stuff about like the specific videos, but you want to talk a little bit about what's gonna be on this channel?
Yeah. So again, you expect a lot of different things. Just a small overview. It will be like, I mean, interviews definitely. Again, we'll be interviewing people from different professions, different walks of life. Some students, some are practice licensed clinicians. Hopefully, again, getting different perspectives on different things. We'll be asking different questions to different sorts of people. Again, just again facilitating that learning sort of atmosphere. We'll also be posting up some like really fun, silly videos. Can be random, silly videos. Again, this is all the purpose of it is to like include humor into some of the work that we do. You have some things to say about humor?
Yeah, because like this field is serious for sure. Like the mental health field is really serious, and the work we do is really important. At the same time, like we don't really like to take ourselves super seriously all the time, because like, you know, we like to have fun with what we do. Like we have fun with what we learn, but also even in the clinical work that we do. And I'm sure that y'all have, some of y'all have fun, like use humor, just have fun, like and take joy in the stuff that you work with and the people you work with. So we want to make space for that as well. And the other thing too, like, you know, we're hoping to facilitate a lot of discussion with folks, and generally just keep learning from people. You know what I mean? And just having a good time, and that's generally it. We're gonna have more of that in our next video.
Oh yeah, and again, getting feedback from all of you in terms of what you want to see.
Or if you have other ideas about like what you'd like, you know, what he said.
Yeah. Well, and one main thing is we're gonna end out each video with a question, and that question is gonna be related to like the theme or topic that we talked about that episode. So today's question is.
So today's question, in the spirit of, you know, talking about the things that you bring to therapy outside, or that your therapy work beyond like the training that you have, our question for y'all is, what's something either from your personal life or just outside of the field, maybe some of your other interests, that you bring to your therapy work? Like I know for Akshay it's music. For me, sometimes it's sports, sometimes I'll use music sometimes too, but what are some other things, or just even things that inspire you? Things that have inspired you over your life and continue to inspire you. So things that inspire you and other personal things that you bring to your work.
You just asked like 3 questions right there.
I know. I mean, you can reflect. You can reflect on all of them. You can reflect on all of them. So, and like we'll post them in the description of the video as well too. So yeah.
Cool. Well, that's it for today's episode.
So peace,
love, and catch you in the next one.